Hi, welcome. In this video, we are going to look at how to manipulate worksheets. Remember, you just need to understand how to insert, delete, rename, move worksheets, hide, and maybe just some basic manipulations with worksheets. So let's just go straight and look at that. So here, the last video we did advanced filling. You can always go back and check the series, the other videos in this series. Today, I'm just going to create a new sheet, and that is now how you create a new sheet. So you can just click here to create a new sheet, or you can right click and then you would go to insert, and then on insert now there is the worksheet. If you click on that, you see you get another sheet. So this is how you like insert sheets, and each sheet, like we've been doing with the previous videos, these are different sheets. It can contain maybe a specific report there, so you can always delete these sheets. So you just need to right click, go here and select delete. That's to delete. I can also right click here and select delete, and then I delete this one, and then now I can rename this sheet. That's what we have been doing here, but let me just show you here now, renaming. So to rename a sheet, you just double click on it and it's going to be highlighted like this, and you can start typing whatever name you want. So let me just say worksheet, maybe one or so, and then that's all. You've renamed the sheet, and you can also move the sheet. So there are two ways you can do that. So if I click on this sheet, I can just drag it this way to now here. Maybe click and drag this way to here, and right up to here, and that's one way. Another way would just be, let's say if you have so many worksheets and dragging and dropping is not that easy. So you might just right click here, then go to move or copy. Now you have to select the workbook you're working with. So for now, if I click here, we are on this first Excel workbook, and yes, that's where we want. And then where do we want to move it to? We want to move it to the end, or want to move it in between the formatting here and the editing. So where do we want to place it? So for now, I'll just move it to the end, and then I click on OK. So you see now I've moved the sheet, which was here, to here. And we could also move it and create a copy of it. So if you want to get a copy of the sheet, you could go to here again, go to move a copy, and then now you just click on create a copy. Let's still keep it at the end. Then we say okay. So now we have two sheets, worksheet one and then this second one, which is a copy of this. Again, we can delete this. We right click and then we delete, and then we are left with this one. So you can also, let's say I want to share the previous video, which is this sheet, with somebody, and I don't want to share this entire workbook. So an easy way to do it with moving sheets is just to right click here, go to move or copy, and then now I could just select here and then create a new workbook. So now I want to put it in a new workbook. Remember, the name of this workbook is First Excel. So Excel is going to create a new workbook with just that sheet. But also what I want is to have a copy of it. I don't want to send it that way and don't have a copy. So to have a copy of it, I have to click on create a copy, and then now it's going to create a duplicate, just like the worksheet. The first time we moved it from here to here, we didn't make a copy, so it was just one. Then the second time we made a copy, and we have two of them. So you want to move it to this new workbook. You want to create a copy so that when you say okay, now you have this workbook, which is book one, which has just the filling, and you can maybe send this to somebody, send also share with somebody directly, just this worksheet. But then you still have this, you still have a copy here. So had it been you just did maybe move or copy and you didn't click the create copy, and let's just say you move it to either the same book one or to a new workbook, and you don't click on copy. You see, when you have it here, but you do not have it again here in this, you don't have it here again. So for me to get it back here, I need to go back again and move it back to that where it came from. So I'm going to go back to move or copy, go here, select my first Excel, and then remember it was somewhere here. And then I don't need to create a copy because I just want to move it back and let this one, let this one disappear. So I'm going to click on OK, and then now I have it back here, and worksheet is here, and everything is back in place. So this is an interesting thing to learn, how to move the sheets around. It would help you to maybe just send a certain portion of your report when you want to. So the next thing now is you can also color the sheet. So you can also maybe go here, tap color. Maybe you want to highlight this one to be green, this one to be maybe, I don't know, blue or whatever. So just still to communicate. So I can go back to the color, and then I say no color, and then I go back here and I say no color. And then one more thing now is to be able to hide the sheet. Maybe some sheet that in your presentation or your report is not necessary. It's maybe something you were doing for your personal, maybe something you were calculating at the back before presenting the report. So you might want to hide certain parts to be able to just present the knowledge or the information that is necessary for the moment. So you just right click, go to hide, and you see here we can't see the worksheet here, and we can look at this report without the worksheet. But if we want to bring it back, you just need to right click, go back to unhide, and then you see if you had hidden maybe 5 or 4 or 3 or more, all the worksheets that have been hidden will appear here, and then you just select the one that you want and you choose. So had it been we did this, we said maybe hide this one too, hide this one too. So we just have this. But then when we right click, we go to unhide, we can see that we can restore all the hidden sheets as where we kept them. So this is something interesting to know, how to manipulate the worksheet, because at the end of the day, Excel is mostly about the workbook and the worksheets. So I hope you were able to understand now how to manipulate worksheets, how to insert them, delete them, copying and moving them around within the same workbook or in different workbooks, maybe changing the color just to highlight certain worksheets, and being able to hide some worksheet so that only some are visible for the moment, and maybe later you can always unhide them to see them if you want to continue working on them. So thank you very much. See you next video. Wish you good data luck.